And it's hard to get out of it because you're like, oh, I don't want to do it.
It's so much easier to just not do anything.
Exactly. It's so easy. But the best thing is you have to push yourself to get through it, because otherwise, if you don't push yourself, you really want to be that lazy forever, you know? 50-50 podcast. Hi everyone, I'm Yas.
And I'm Yel.
And welcome back to 50-50.
Yes, welcome back. And please go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're already here. We have new episodes out every single week on Wednesdays. So subscribe so you don't miss anything.
Yes, don't forget to subscribe. And let's just go ahead and get into this.
Yeah, let's get right into it. We just wanted to have a conversation today about finding the motivation that you need to just get yourself out of a funk, whatever you're feeling. You know, we've all been there.
We've all been there. We've all felt lazy before.
Unmotivated, like just kind of like I've said it before in previous episodes where I was like kind of feeling like I would say I described it as like I don't feel like life, like I'm living life, like life is living me, because I was just like not feeling motivated to do anything. And then every day, another day passes by and you don't feel like happy with yourself because you keep on just like not achieving anything that you want to achieve. You know what I'm saying? And so it happens to everybody.
It does.
Luckily, I'm already feeling different than that because I made some changes in my life, and like it's hard, but you just have to do that. You have to make those changes in order to see something new. Like they always say, like, you know, if you keep doing the same thing you've always done, don't expect a different result, right? If you want something to change, then you have to also change what you've been doing. Like you can't just do the same thing and expect
another result,
a miracle to happen, and like you know, something to change. So anyways, that's what we want to talk about today, and just kind of like get into our little, you know, tips that we think help us get motivated. Again, we're not experts, we're just regular people out here, but sometimes that's all you need, just to give yourself a little push. So for me, one of the big things, you know, because I was feeling a little bit unmotivated before, and also if you haven't seen from previous episodes, but I recently also quit my corporate job. So I've kind of been like, I was in a like transition period too, which I think that's why I was feeling a little bit like, almost like a little bit lost, because I'm just like, so many things that I want to do. And I'm like, just, I was like kind of caught in like, you know, when you have like decision paralysis, they call it, where
oh my gosh,
you have to like make too many decisions. So you kind of just like freeze up.
I
mean, that happens to me.
That's why Costco has like only a certain limited amount of things, so you either pick this or that, or you have no option. But if they have options, it's like two options, and then it's so much easier for you to make a decision instead of going into a grocery store where you have like 10,000 different choices of soaps or like detergents that you can pick. Here they have, let's say, Tide and Gain.
Exactly.
Pick which one you want, because that's all that there is.
Exactly. And I'm that kind of person that, like, for example, when you go to the grocery store or whatever and you see like so many, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I love this, I'm gonna get this and that and blah, blah. Then I end up leaving the store with like one or two things or nothing, because I don't realize it, but I'm like, I'm like, I can't make a decision. I'm like, okay, moving on to the next thing. And then I don't end up even getting what I need. So I'm definitely that kind of person. So I was, you know, just kind of feeling like so many things that I wanted to do, but also I want to relax, but also I want to work out, but also, so it was just like a lot going on, and I kind of didn't like organize myself. And I really realized that like the core thing for me was that I needed to wake up earlier. That might not be true for everybody. And of course I would always wake up early for work. So, but even on the weekends too, back when I was working, you know, I also was waking up late because I'm like, oh, this is my days to sleep in. But then I also wouldn't even achieve anything that I wanted to do on the weekends because I was just sleeping in a little bit too late. So for me, that is a big thing of like going to bed earlier, because you still want to get your hours of sleep in. So then you can wake up earlier the next day and kind of start your day off right. And that has really helped me. I don't know about for you, if like you notice like that makes a change.
For me, I feel the most motivated, and I feel good about everything, right, is during the morning time. If I wake up early, because you have more hours of sunlight. Imagine if you wake up in a winter, like forget that it's summer right now. We wake up during the winter time at like 3 p.m. Let's say you wake up at 3. The sun is going down no later than 5. And that's on a good day. Sometimes by 4:30, like 4:40, it's over. The day's over. So you barely get any sunlight. So for me, it's all about enjoying that time, the early hours, I guess we can say, the sun. That really for me makes a huge difference, is being able to see the sunlight. And it really helps just motivate you.
It really does.
That's something for me.
I agree. And I think even like I've found recently, because when I was working, I could have woken up like extra early and gone for like a walk in the morning. So I could have done that, but I never did because I'm not that type of person like to wake up that early. Like I like to wake up early, like, but not, I'm not going to be waking up like people like at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. if I don't need to. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no. That's too early. I mean, unless, you have to go to work or whatever.
Yes.
Like go to work. Some people, just work from home, so you don't have to wake up 5:30. You can wake up at 6:37
Exactly.
and, get to your computer. You get your food, whatever. You get a little bit ready and all that stuff. And that.
And you're still making on
And
time.
you still make it on time, which leads to my point is that another thing that really, really helps is getting ready.
Yes.
Getting ready every day.
Yes.
Even if you don't want to. You
Yeah.
need to get up at a good time.
Yeah.
And then get ready.
Yes.
And by getting ready, whether you put on makeup or you don't, but you need to, brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Brush your hair. Put on your makeup or don't or whatever. Put on lotion, sunscreen.
Your skincare, whatever it is.
Do whatever it is that you do, but get yourself together and change your clothes.
Exactly.
Those are I think, the essential things to start your day off right.
Yes, 100%.
And to feel some kind of motivation, because it's so easy to fall into like a funk or like get lazy.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you stay in your jammies, you stay in your PJs.
I feel like it sets a tone for the day.
It sets a tone for the day. You just
Yeah.
don't want to move. You're like, okay, I'm going to lay on the couch. I want to be cozy. I'm going to just do this. No, you can't live life like that.
No.
That's one day, fine. But then it becomes 2 days. Then the 2 days becomes a week.
Yeah.
The week becomes a month. And you just keep going. It's like, when are you going to snap out of it?
Exactly. And I agree 100%. Like, that's something that I learned even when we had those lockdown days and everything where, there was really no point in getting dressed for the day. You know what I mean?
I mean, we couldn't leave our houses.
We couldn't leave our houses and everything. Exactly. And it was kind of like, it was something new for us because we had been used to going out for work. I was in school at that time too. So like I was going to work, going to school, like doing so many things out. So like being at home was actually like something new, like in almost a little bit refreshing for one point.
At one point it was.
Only, yeah.
And then it got old real quick.
Yeah, I got old real quick. But that's when I learned that like, I don't get ready. Well, I already knew this. I always get ready for myself, like, but I really learned that like getting ready is like just helps me feel better.
Yeah.
Because I was not getting ready and then I was like, oh, this is so fun, like not getting ready and just like, chilling and this and that.
Everybody was feeling like
Everybody
that.
was feeling that. But then I got to a point that I was like, you know what? I'm like, I don't like this anymore. And I realized that like me getting up, like you're saying, kind of having that routine of just like, and getting back to that routine that I used to have of, you wake up, get ready and typically go to work. But this time instead of going to work, I was, still working from home. But just getting up and doing that act of getting ready, like you're saying, whatever that is, even if you're just changing from, your pajamas to lounge clothes, which is basically like pajamas, but it's not your pajamas.
It's not.
And mentally that changes it for you.
I mean, the fact that you're changing clothes, it's like resetting yourself, I feel like.
And it's like setting yourself up for the day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I get up and just get ready, I feel like those days I end up just achieving more things. Like whatever that may be, even if it's like doing my laundry or going, to buy groceries or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I just feel like because I get up and I get ready and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the day. I'm ready for my day to start.
Right.
Whereas I just wake up some days and, I'm like, I'm going to just lounge. I'm not going to, that's all I end up doing because I'm just like, oh, like my day hasn't started yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like it's just like a mental thing.
Yeah.
So those things really, really, really help me to be motivated. And like you're saying, it's okay to have a chill day.
Yeah, it's
I love
okay.
having chill days too,
Yeah.
especially like, let's say you pick a day of the week like Sunday. It's like typically a day people like to chill. And that can be your chill day, perfectly fine. But the other days, try to do something to get up, right? Like that is a key thing. And for me also is something that I've started implementing now is going for walks. I love going to walk with dad.
Yeah.
My dad and I, we like to walk we walk like 3 miles, almost 4 miles every day in the morning. And honestly, it doesn't feel like it, but it ends up being like an hour. That's what we like work out, I guess you can say, for an hour. And because in the summertime right now, it's so hot, it gets so hot so quickly. So we have to wake up a little bit earlier even to make sure we get out there before it gets too hot. And I feel like that has also motivated me so much because I'm like waking up and getting ready to go to walk. So I don't like do my full getting ready, but like, I brush my teeth, wash my face, do my skincare, put my sun screen on, all that stuff.
Yeah. So what it is, I feel like, is you found a reason
Yes.
to get up and get ready. And that's what
Yes.
that's what I feel like some people maybe don't have. They're
Exactly.
like, what is my reason? Why should I get up and get dressed? If I'm
Exactly.
not doing anything today, just want to be at home.
Exactly.
But the reason is like, the thing is, you just find a reason. You
Yeah.
make it up. You didn't have that before.
No.
Right? And so you said, what is something that will motivate me?
Yeah.
And so you said, I'm going to go walking, and it's good for my heart health.
Yes.
It's beneficial for just for everything,
Yeah.
right? For
Even
digestion, for everything.
Everything, even for like your, just like, I don't know, what do they say? Like your
Overall well-being.
Overall well-being and like your outlook for the day. I feel like happier the days that I walk and everything too, which is mostly every single day. Like I've almost, unless it's raining or something, which has been rare, we won't go that day. But it like really is just so nice to get out in the sunshine.
The sun, they say, is a natural like medicine.
Yes, exactly. And just getting out in the sun and like just walking, and like you even kind of think about, okay, my day, I'm going to do this and that, whatever it is, but not in a like stressful way. I'm not like, oh my God, I just then like kind of like I have time to like think.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is something that I was missing even before, because I would wake up like in a rush to get to working from home, because I would work from home, but
you would be rushing.
I would always be rushing.
Food, get yourself together.
Yeah.
Turn on your computer really quick and
that
start
was
the day.
my own fault too, because I should have woken up with more time, but I kind of was missing that like from back in the day when I would go to work in person, where I would get up, get ready, but then I would have my whole commute to kind of have that time to like almost, get ready for the day. So I didn't have that anymore. And this, I feel like, kind of gave me that too, because I am getting ready, and I get up and I get ready with a purpose, because I am, kind of trying to get ready a little bit quick, because I want to get out before it gets hot, hotter, because like every minute I feel like, especially in the morning, it starts getting hotter and hotter. So I want to get out at a good time. And yeah, it just made me get ready quicker a little bit and get out by like a certain time.
Yeah.
And I like that.
And that's your motivation to go out to walk.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
Exactly.
So another thing I think is really good just to help you, just to motivate you a little bit, is making your bed.
Yeah.
Every morning. And when I mean every morning, I mean every single morning.
Yes.
You have to do it. And, I didn't think it was necessary to make your bed. And I wouldn't make my bed every day. I would make it here and there and whatever, because I was like, I'm rushing out to go to work and this and that. And I would just be like, that's the last thing that I need to do. And I would get home, and sometimes I would make it, or I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and sleep in it anyways in a few hours. So why make it?
Right.
And number one, my room never looked like clean.
Right.
Because the bed is unmade.
And it kind of sets a tone for the room.
Yeah.
When it's your bedroom. And like,
it looked like dreary. Like, even though the windows are open and everything, but it just looks like sad,
Yeah.
And then when I decided, I made that one of my New Year's resolutions. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my bed every single day.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was really difficult because it wasn't a habit of mine.
Yeah.
So it was like, I have to make my bed again. Like, oh my God, not another day I'm doing it. Like, I would get kind of frustrated with myself, because I'm like,
right.
I just don't want to do it. And now, years later, I'm like, I cannot go without making my bed.
Yeah.
I have to make my bed every single morning, because otherwise I don't like how my room looks.
Exactly.
I feel like making my bed makes it look so happy in there.
Me too.
And it just looks so clean, and it just looks so bright. And I don't know, I just love it. And I love, taking off all the pillows and everything at night. And
it feels more like fresh and like crisp even at night when you like, open your bed from a made bed versus a bed that was never made. I don't know why.
It feels different. It really does feel different. And so that also, it takes time.
Yes.
Which is my point of this also, is that when you try and be motivated and you try to get that motivation, it doesn't come from one day to next.
Right.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
Just like making the bed. I was frustrated. I was like, I don't want to do this. I would be mad when I was doing it,
Me too.
Making the bed. I'm like, oh my God, this would be so much easier if I didn't do it. But in the end, I'm like, well, I did it. Like,
exactly. Check.
Exactly. And so I felt good. I'm like, okay, well, I want to check something else off my list.
Yes.
And then I do something else and something else. Okay, I'll clean the bathroom. Okay, let me clean this. Let me do that. Like, it just helps put you in that positive mindset.
It does. And I heard this thing too, that it's like, again, all these things are like little like just like psychological tricks kind of, because they say that by you like making your bed, you, like you're saying, you feel like you achieved something.
Yeah.
Which that feeling that you achieve something makes you want to go and achieve something else.
Yeah.
To make you feel like that again. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it really is. And it's just something, it's like so minuscule, to making your bed. But it really makes a difference.
It makes a big
I
difference.
100% agree. When I make my bed, every time that I walk into my room, even to get to that, I'm like, oh, looks good, looks great.
Yeah.
But the days that I don't make my bed, which is really rare because I do the same thing. Like I make my bed
Yeah.
every single day, like no matter what. But let's say for some crazy reason, I don't make my bed and I walk back in, I'm just like, it makes the whole room look messy. Even though my room could be clean, except just the bed is not made, and it makes my room look messy. It makes me feel like a messy person,
Yep.
which then makes me feel like bad. I'm like, why am I so mad or whatever? Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's so easy to make your bed, and it's like a self-discipline thing. That is
It
a big
is.
thing. That is another thing that I wanted to talk about too, because you just have to push through and do it. Because every day,
have
let me
to.
tell you something. When I started the same thing, I was like, I'm going to start making my bed again. Because I used to make my bed, and then for like years I stopped, and then because I was like, what's the point? I kind of did the same thing. But now again, I've been back on that, making my bed for years now. But in the beginning, every single day I'd be like, I would wake up like, I'm not making my bed today.
Yes.
Not today. But then I would force myself to do it, and I would be like, okay, fine. It just takes, because honestly, if you time yourself, it takes like 30 seconds. Maybe
does.
1 minute to make your bed. Like
Yeah.
it's really not that serious.
I mean, and if you don't have that many pillows,
Yeah,
it's even faster.
exactly. And you end up kind of getting your routine. Like I don't tuck the sheets every day. You know, when I make my bed, I do that when I like change the sheets, but not on my daily making the bed. But I do
Yeah.
pull it and make it nice.
Exactly. You pull it, you kind of like freshen it up for you
Yeah.
to get into it later in the day.
Fluff my pillows, like
Yeah.
you know, little things like that. Put my pillows up. But yeah, like basically, you can keep it as complicated or as simple as you want it to
Exactly,
be. That's
exactly.
your choice. But it's just like doing that really sets a tone for your day, and it kind of, you have to find things that's anything for you. Like they call these small wins.
Right.
And again, it's just like a thing for your brain. So if you achieve these little small things every day in your morning, it could be making your bed. Next thing could be like, for example, I don't know, getting some water and maybe you add like lemon to it, or you know, like
Right,
or
right.
drinking a smoothie. Like those little, just doing those little small wins in the morning time especially sets a good tone for your day. It even gives you like, you know, makes you feel happier because it makes you feel like you did something, like you achieved something.
Exactly. It really does. And I think, you know, being in a funk, being in
Yeah.
this unmotivated thing, it's so much like a mindset.
Yeah.
I feel like being lazy, whatever, you need to get out of it, and it's not
Yeah.
easy because it's hard.
It's hard.
I've been in a lazy mood,
Yeah.
you know, for a few days, and it's hard to get out of it because you're like, oh, I don't want to do it.
It's
I
so
don't
much
wanna do it."
easier to just not do anything.
Exactly. It's so easy, but the best thing is you have to push yourself
Yeah.
to get through it, because otherwise, if you don't push yourself, you really want to be that lazy forever, you know? It
And I'm
doesn't-
sure you have goals because everybody has some type of goal, even if it's
Yeah.
like my goal is to, you know, work out or go to the grocery store today, meal plan for the week, whatever your goals might be. When you end up achieving those goals, however big or small it might be, you feel better about yourself.
You do.
So when you are lazy every day, or like you're just not wanting to do things, you're like, I'm just gonna have another lazy day or whatever, you know, you end up really not feeling good, because that's the honest
don't,
truth.
you don't.
Everybody, when we've all been through those phases, and at some point you get tired of it.
Yeah.
And you just want to do things. And that brings me to another point where it's like, you know, something with self-discipline, where you're like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. Like, you know, I'm going to change my life on Monday. No, why don't you just start today? Like literally today, whatever it is that you want to do one small thing towards it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not achieving your whole entire goal, do one small thing already today,
That's right.
whatever it may be. And
Yeah.
that really changes things too for you. And even for me also, like planning ahead for the next day kind of helps me a lot too. Because I like going with the flow.
Yeah.
I like doing that, of course. But if I have like even the night before, I don't have to write it down, but sometimes I do, because I just like to have little lists sometimes. But even if you don't write it down, just kind of thinking in my head, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna, like, for example, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go walk, then I'm gonna come home, make my breakfast, then I'm gonna get into, you know, doing whatever I need to do for the day, and kind of just having that like almost like plan for your day. I feel like really helps me to end up doing that the next day, rather than just being like, okay, I'll see whatever happens tomorrow, and then the next day I get up and I like, maybe I'll go to walk, but then I like lounge, and then I eat breakfast, and then I'm like lounging, and it ends up being like 3 p.m. and what did I do?
Yeah, you've achieved nothing. in the day.
Exactly. And that would be fine if I didn't want to achieve those things, but I do. So it's like, you know, it's just finding that balance and really that discipline. Like, it is so hard. Let me tell you, for sleeping early,
That's hard. Yeah.
I am not the type of person that likes to sleep early. You know, you're the same way.
Yeah.
Our
I'm
family,
a night owl.
our family pretty much is like that too.
Yeah.
We're like night owls, but it's so funny. I'm a night owl, but I'm also like a morning person because I love
Yeah.
being up early, but not super early. For me, early is like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Earlier than 8 is like too early. But
Yeah.
but I love waking up early also. And like being a night owl, waking up early, it's not, you can't do that.
You can't, yeah, and that's rough. Going to
It's
sleep
rough.
early is rough because that's another thing that you have to like kind of train yourself.
Yes.
Is going to sleep early. If you wake up early, you will go to sleep early because you're
Yeah.
going to be tired.
Exactly.
You're going to be tired and there's no, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
You'll be tired. And so, I mean, going to sleep later, the later that you go to sleep, the worse you're going to feel in the morning.
Exactly.
The less motivated you're going to be, the less things you're going to achieve. It's just it's a recipe for disaster.
Exactly.
Sleeping late.
It is. And it's so hard, like you were saying, like that's what I struggle with.
It's hard.
The discipline to get your butt into bed because you're like, oh,
But
like,
then
it's just 11. Like, oh, I can still do this and that and the
Yeah.
other. It's like, no.
But it's not just like getting into bed. It's actually going to sleep because
Yeah.
I can be in bed and I'm there on my phone
Scrolling. Yeah.
doing whatever.
Yeah.
That's also difficult. You know, once you get into bed, you need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe read a book. Okay, you can scroll on something. Even though they say, you know, don't be on your phone like
Right.
an hour before whatever, the blue light.
Yeah.
But okay, if you're going to be on your phone, do something kind of relaxing.
Yeah. Like read something on your phone, maybe even
Exactly.
like an article or something like that.
Read something nice, right?
Yeah.
I truly believe in like the vibes before going to sleep have to
Yes.
be calm and like light
Yes.
because you don't want to like work yourself up like with something that makes you angry,
Yeah.
or something that scares you, or like anything like that. It needs
Something
to
that
be.
causes you like anxiety because I know
Yeah.
people like they're like, oh, I love watching like these crime things and everything.
Oh my gosh, no.
Which I used to love watching. Also, I can't watch anymore because they actually give you like so much anxiety
Yeah, I can't deal with
because like so much suspense and all this stuff, and I'm just like, no, like you need to watch something more chill, especially when you're about to go to sleep when it's nighttime. You need to watch something relaxing, almost borderline boring.
Yeah, honestly, like I truly think the best thing to do is if you want to watch something, right,
Yeah.
is something that you've already seen before.
Yeah,
Because you're not like, oh, I need to see what happens next.
that's true.
So that's what I do to relax or whatever. I watch something that I've already seen
Oh, that's a good idea.
because I don't care if I miss it.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter to me. I'm like, I already know the ending. I already
Yeah.
know what happens. So I'm just watching to just mindless kind of thing, just
Exactly.
to relax.
exactly.
And so
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I do if I want to watch something. Otherwise, the best thing to do is get into bed and go to sleep.
And go to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, I've always kind of been like that because, I don't really like going to sleep with TV on and everything. I'm not that kind of person. So I've always kind of done that. But then recently I started coming up with this horrible habit where I'm like, I want to scroll on my phone. And I was like,
that's everyone,
no.
I think, nowadays.
That's everyone. But I was like, I wasn't that kind of person. So I was like, no, I'm not letting this habit form now. But so it's really hard though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's really hard to like have discipline and be like, okay, because you're an adult now. If you don't have your parents around, you don't have your parents anymore telling you like, okay, it's time to go to sleep, or
don't be on your phone.
don't
Give
be on
me
your phone. Don't watch TV, whatever it might be. Like, kind of setting the rules. And so you have to make your own rules. And I feel like
Yeah.
when you're growing up and everything, and kind of like through adulthood and early adulthood and all that stuff, you're like, I can do whatever I want. Like, and you
Yeah.
and you end up losing these habits that you should have.
Right.
But I feel like it's a journey. We're all on a
It's a
journey. So
journey.
you got to find your own way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but yes, having the discipline, it's really hard, but you need to be disciplined. You need to be disciplined. Like, whatever you do, you need to just like make sure that if you tell yourself, I'm going to do this and that, whatever, stick to it.
Keep your word to yourself.
Keep your word to yourself.
That's the most
Exactly.
important thing too, because I mean, there's so many things that are so important.
Yeah.
Being lazy is all about. Honestly, I think it's just like you're not disciplined at all.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, you like lose your discipline because
Yeah.
it's so easy to do that when you're,
Yeah.
especially like, I feel like our lifestyles nowadays where a lot of people work from home.
Yeah.
And so then you already lose the, like, I don't need to get ready. Like,
Yep.
I don't need to.
I mean, people weren't even showering. Remember?
I know,
that was going
yeah.
on in the news. They're like, "Oh, I'm not showering." In the office.
Yeah.
When you would talk to people, they're like, "I haven't showered for like a week." We're like, "Whoa."
yeah. Why are you sharing that?
Thank God we're not face to face.
I know, right? Yeah.
But that's how it was. I mean, shower. It's so easy.
Yes.
To get into a funk, and it's so easy to get out of it. It's just a
Yes.
discipline to get out of it because it's so easy to just let go.
Yeah. And it's like the willpower because I feel like
Yeah.
you're so right. If you're in a funk, like anybody, even like today, get your ass in the shower. Like as the first thing.
That's the first thing you need to do. Get a shower because I truly believe that showering just changes you.
You feel refreshed.
Yeah.
And then after you shower, get yourself ready a little bit, whatever that might be. Even like I'm saying, even if it's like a lounge set, but put on a cute lounge set, one that you
That's
like or something
clean,
like that.
that's clean.
That's clean. Do your skincare. You don't have to put on makeup, but if you like to put on makeup, I love doing my makeup. So, that for me is like a self-care thing, doing my makeup. I love it.
But let's say it's the end of the day.
Yeah, let's say it's the end of the day. Do like, you just your skincare, put a serum, even just your lotion, whatever. Like, just do something.
Do something. Self-care is, I think, essential part also of just getting out of a funk.
Yeah.
Getting out of being lazy.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something for yourself. So
Exactly.
anything that is for yourself, you're going to feel better.
Yeah.
Anything that you do.
Exactly, yeah. And I hardcore believe also in our first one that we were saying, which is waking up early. Because it doesn't have to be super early. It doesn't have to be the crack of dawn. But just a little bit earlier, you really feel like you have done something for the day. Even, just whether even it's just like eating breakfast, whatever, rather than like waking up at like 11 a.m., even 12, noon.
Yeah.
You feel like the day is like already gone.
Over.
You feel behind already, and then you wake up and you're like, oh my god, like trying to like catch up with everything that you should have already been doing or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's like just waking up early, getting kind of like ahead of everything for the day feels good.
And another thing that I think is essential is eating.
Yes.
You're
Eating
not
your
going to
meals.
feel good if you don't eat. That's just the reality. If you don't eat, some people don't like to eat 3 meals. I'm a kind of person that I need to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
And I need my snacks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I get hangry.
So I get hangry too.
I need to eat my meals. And so that's very important. And I noticed, just within myself that first, for me to feel good in the morning, I need to eat something that has like some kind of protein.
Yeah.
So you need to also kind of understand your body a little bit, If you're feeling like something's off, maybe you need more water.
Yeah.
Maybe you need more food. Maybe 2 meals a day isn't enough for you. Maybe you need 3 meals. Maybe you need snacks, things
Maybe
like
you
that.
need to eat something like get, some vegetables in your diet, some fruit. Like it gives you like these vitamins that you just need in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, getting outside, getting some sunlight, moving, like you say, some kind of exercise. You don't have to do like hardcore things.
Yeah.
But just moving a little bit. If you can't go outside, open your window, get some air.
Yeah.
Go
Go up and down your stairs, whether it's in your house or like an apartment building or whatever,
Yeah.
anything, just get some movement. And if you can get sunlight, that's even better because I know like I've heard, I think it's like within the first, I think they say like 15 to 30 minutes that you're
Something
awake,
like
you should
that.
have some sunlight, which is kind of hard because I would like, that's really, I feel like soon after you wake up.
That's really fast. I mean, you're brushing your teeth, you're getting dressed, all this stuff. So
Yeah. But even getting as quickly as you can, because I know before I wouldn't get
just
sunlight
open
at
the
all.
blinds kinda
Even
thing.
opening your blinds, exactly. Like something, I know, I wish I had like a nice little like sunroom or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really have that right now, but I go outside
Yeah.
and go for a walk, and I just love feeling the sun on my body and everything. It's summertime. It's hot as hell. It's so hot,
Yeah, it
but
is
that's why
hot.
you got to go a little bit earlier
Yeah.
in the day just to, so you can feel still comfortable out there.
Right. Basically, I think what we're saying is get into a schedule.
Yes. Some type of schedule.
We as humans thrive, I think, through schedules.
Yeah. And you don't have to be that crazy about it, because I know,
Yeah.
like, for example, me, I know I've told you this so many times, but like I love a routine, but I also love changing the routine.
Yeah.
So I'm the type of person that I like to have a routine for a certain amount of time, and then I get bored of it and I don't like the routine anymore. So
Yeah.
I need to change my routine. But the bottom line is I like a routine.
I mean, everybody, that's why do you think from the moment like kids are born, they're in like a routine basically?
Yeah.
They eat, they sleep. They
Yeah.
eat, they sleep, they sleep as newborns. And
Yeah.
then they eat, sleep, and play.
Yeah.
It's always like that. They always have some kind of a routine.
And they say the happiest babies are babies that have a routine because like
Yeah.
they are, well fed. And of course, this is once they get a little bit older, because I know like through you and everything, newborn stage is another thing because
Yeah.
you got to like just cater to them, whatever they
Right.
need at that moment.
But they kind of give you a routine because it's like
Yeah.
wake up and they eat.
Yeah.
Like that's your routine. They wake up, they eat.
Yeah.
You change your diaper or how in whatever
Whatever
order.
order,
But they have you have some kind of a
routine. Still.
I'm saying lightly, that word because
Yeah.
they're newborns, right?
Right.
But like even when we go to school, we're like socialized to be routine people.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we go to school, we have to wake up early.
Go to school at the same
Go
time
to
every
school
day.
at the same time every day. We have, however many, classes in a day.
Yeah.
Wherever,
Then your
anybody's
lunch is
from.
at a certain time.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
the same thing every single day
Yeah.
for like years.
Yeah.
We're in school since preschool.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you like having some, spontaneous parts, whatever, you can have even in like your routine where you're like, you leave moments for if something happens, you're fine to switch things around. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to be so like attached to the routine. It's okay to let loose a little bit.
Exactly. Because I feel like that's the thing. Like sometimes people, like even me back in the day when I would hear the word routine or like schedule, I'd be like, oh, I'm like, that is like, no, like I could never live like at 1 p.m. I eat lunch, at 2 p.m. No, but you can get that way if you want to. I mean, if that makes you happy. I know people love
but
like
loose,
that breakdown, but something I like something a little bit looser than that, but I still have a plan for the day, basically.
And it's up to you. The routine is up to you.
Exactly.
You're the only person that is making that routine.
Exactly.
Nobody else is holding you to it.
Exactly.
So
and that's the biggest thing, and I feel like and the hardest thing, because like when there's nobody holding you to it also, right, that's when it's harder too, because you're like it's literally just to yourself. So it could be so easy to like let yourself down. You're like, oh, I just want to do it, but actually, why are you letting even yourself down? Like I feel like it's worse than even letting somebody else down, like letting yourself down.
If you can't keep your own word to yourself, I mean, that's a mess right there.
That's a mess, I know. But that's the thing too, like we were saying, getting out of a funk is a lot easier than you think.
It is a lot easier. You think it's hard, and I know it seems hard. I mean, I've been in a funk.
Yeah.
With the whole when all of this started, like we were stuck in our homes and everything, and it was just a disaster for everyone. At a certain point, we just were like, everyone was going through it. I feel like, so we were all in that funk, and it took time to get out of it. It wasn't easy for some people, and for me, it was like, oh my God, how am I like going to go back into the swing of things? But you just do it little by little, one day at a time. You take it one day at a time. And you get out of like feeling like, oh my God, now it's a chore to get dressed. When it wasn't before.
No. That's what's crazy. Like, it would be like every single day. That is what you would do. I would wake up and get ready, and then somewhere along the lines of like the lockdown and everything, it was like getting ready was like a chore. And I'm like, what? And now I'm out of that again, because I'm like,
me too. I'm so out of it, which I'm so thankful.
I realized, me too. I'm so thankful. I realized I'm like, no, it's not a chore for me. I actually love it, and I actually enjoy it. And back in the day, I'd be like, oh my God, I hate that I do my makeup every day, or like, I was kind of going through a phase like that. But then I realized that I actually love doing makeup. And like I said, for me, it's even a self-care. Like in the mornings when I am getting ready and I do my makeup, that is for me, my self-care. I know also at the end of the day, I have to take it off and all that, whatever. And I love doing that part too now. But it's just, I love that I kind of learned that about myself, or, even, I don't know if I like convinced myself of it. I don't know what I did, but I really do just love getting ready in the mornings. And so, it's just, you have to get back into that routine of like, it's not a chore. It's just something you're doing for yourself.
You're doing for yourself. And I mean, we used to do it all, and anyways, every day, and, the whole 2020 and everything, that really changed everyone's, I feel like even like fashion and everything, so much more relaxed, and like
I feel like so much more loungewear
and everything. So even if you're dressing up in loungewear mostly. I feel like that's what people are dressing up in. Where nobody's dressing up, I feel like.
I mean, I didn't use jeans for like years, because I'm like, what am I going to be doing using jeans sitting at my house? You know what I mean? So I feel like even that changed. I ended up finding like so many other types of pants to wear. Of course, I was wearing sweatpants a lot and leggings and all that, and like, everything.
And now that like baggier jeans are in, which I'm so happy, because it's just so much more
comfy.
I wonder what's the next thing, because I mean, it used to be skinny jeans.
And it was skinny jeans, I feel like, for so long.
So many years.
Right? I literally, like, obviously this is not right to think, but I literally thought I would never change from skinny jeans. Like,
Me too. I was like, I love skinny jeans. I'm never changing.
But then.
And now it's back to like when we were babies. I feel like.
But I end up liking it. At first I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, I could never wear baggy jeans. But now I love it. And they're so much more comfortable, like you were saying.
They are comfortable.
But so basically what we're just saying is, don't let yourself like be in a rut for too long, like in a funk, whatever it is. Don't let yourself be in it. It's actually so much easier than you think to get out of a funk, to get out of like any little like
your lazy girl era.
Lazy girl era. It's so easy to get out of that. And you don't have to be a super achiever either, because I know like we have like that grinding culture too, which is like can be tiring and everything. But just like find the right balance for yourself, whatever makes you happy. And also, completes your things that you have to do when your day-to-day life. A lot of us, you have to work, you have to take care of your kids, family members, whatever it might be. So while still achieving all those things and your own personal goals, whatever it is that you want to do in life, just find that motivation. Be a little bit self-disciplined. Don't let yourself always be like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. No,
Do it
now.
today.
Do it
Yes.
today. Yeah. And anything, if you want to go work out, start by walking. Shoot, even like doing some jumping jacks. Like,
You can do anything that you want in your house, really. If you need like weights or something, use bottles of water.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, I need to buy this, I need to buy that. I don't have money for this. No.
Yeah.
Use what you have in your house. You don't need to go out and buy anything.
And those are just excuses. Let's be real.
Those
'Cause
are
you're
excuses.
like, oh, that's why I can't work out because I don't have a treadmill. Like, it's like, no, you don't need a treadmill to walk.
You know
Like,
what? You have a phone. You have YouTube. It's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Put on a walking video.
Yes. I mean, that's how any workout video that I do, it's from YouTube.
Me too.
Free. And I'm just like, I love it. And I do so many different
Yeah.
workouts from there. So anyways, we hope this motivates you guys at least a little bit if you're feeling, down or just needed that little push. We hope this gives you that little bit of a push because we've been there before too.
Yeah.
And we luckily are out of it right now. But of course, it comes in waves. Sometimes,
Of course. I mean, life is like that.
Yeah.
Life is always like that. Things come and things go. That's how life is.
But having like those tools
yeah.
is helpful because even if you get into a funk again or something, you're like, okay, I know kind of what to do to
Exactly.
get out of it and not just dwell in it because like what good does that do for yourself or anything? It doesn't do
Being
any
lazy
good.
is horrible.
Yeah.
It's a horrible feeling to just feel so lazy and unmotivated.
Yeah, exactly.
Get up, get dressed, take a shower.
Yes.
Well, not in that order, but get up, take a shower, and get dressed.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever order it might be. But just do those things and you will feel a lot better. And we hope this podcast helped you guys a little bit. So don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe for more videos because we will have another episode out on Wednesday.
Yes.
Every single Wednesday, new episode. So make sure you come back and check those out.
And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yes, see you on Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.